How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I am your host, as always, Hicksydust, here with another Madden franchise video. So, we're rebounding from a tough loss last week, a close game against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, a game in which we had in control early, but turnovers kind of just led to us losing control of that game. Despite the loss, we still had Jake Ryan, who was the NFC Defensive Player of the Week with 9 tackles, 1 interception, 1 forced fumble, 1 fumble recovery, and his 1 interception led to a touchdown. Even though we lost, we are still first in the division, tied with the Eagles, but we have the tiebreaker since we beat them before playing the Bucs. We will be playing this week against Washington, last place in our division. Hopefully we can bounce back, and we are playing at Washington. I've already done the training and the scouting because I just want to jump into it this week. In terms of football news, there's none new really. I've already covered J.J. Watt. I've already covered Giants cutting Golden Tate. David Mayo was added to that package. He kind of got lost in the fold as everybody was talking about news, but they released David Mayo as well. GM for the Seahawks announced that he will be taking calls for Russell Wilson, and the Jets did the same thing with Sam Darnold. So we have 3 quarterback trade potentially between Deshaun Watson, Russell Wilson, and Sam Darnold. So things are just heating up as we get closer and closer to the draft.
Today, from FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland, it's Week 9 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Washington football team taking on the New York Giants.
Well, we've had spotty showers since about 7 a.m. here in D.C., and the radar indicates it's going to continue, but nothing to stop football from happening at FedEx Field. The enthusiasm for football here on the East Coast always in the air. These folks are ready as their guys get set to match up with the New York Giants. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Washington team as they interplay here. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that 2nd win in a row.
On the other side of the field for the visiting Giants, they come in after tasting defeat for the first time in about a month as their loss snapped a 4-game winning streak. So here are the Giants ready to start their initial drive of the game. And leading them out in his 3rd season from UCLA, a former 10th overall pick, Josh Rosen.
I loved his quote during the week. If I were a defensive back, I would have wanted to play against me last week as well. He's trying to eliminate those turnovers, those interceptions, and get back on the positive side of the ledger throwing touchdown passes.
Yeah, had 4 of those picks, led to the loss. Barkley with a carry on 1st down, and he'll get about 4, so 2nd and 6 forthcoming.
He's tackled.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Well, Saquon Barkley last year against Washington, he won many a fantasy league with his performance in Week 16. 189 yards rushing. That was the 3rd highest single game total in the NFL all of last season.
3rd down.
They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. Defense had a chance to get off the field here in the opening drive. Couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense.
Oof.
In this case, one capitalized.
I'm guessing that was a face mask.
Chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
Defense.
officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
Barkley on first down, running into a wall as he stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
No gain on the play. Second.
And they'll throw it with Rosen
At the 42-yard line.
Nice
Open target
catch.
here, Darius Slayton. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 9-yard line.
That could have been a disastrous sack.
First down, New York.
A first down carry for Barkley. Yeah, he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Saquon Barkley.
Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And on this one, he'll get to
Hard
the
hit.
15, right at the 15-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. You were telling
Deion
me
Lewis
that
is coming
yesterday
in.
is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
The impressive opening drive continues, and just space being created by those guys up front.
We're seeing this the same way, aren't we? We are seeing an offensive line, as this game gets started, as it starts to unfold, that they are dominating the line of scrimmage.
That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
It looks like they quit hitting the snooze button on their alarm there. Finally a sign of life from this defense. They've been fairly passive on this opening drive. Now able to stand up on 1st and goal, and they sent that play backwards.
Now it's Penny.
Oof.
The ball carried by the fullback.
I don't know what happened
No
there.
gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal. Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. Here's Rosen to throw. His pass at the 4. And he'll get nothing out of that one.
It's like there's a block on the field that my guys can't get past. Evan Ingram catches it in the end zone and then runs out. That 4.
Because they're also used to trying to catch people after the catch, and they miss. And that turns into what? A huge play. We've seen it so many times. In this case, though, catch was made, put down right on the spot.
Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
So out comes the Washington offense onto the field. Leading them out, their 2nd-year quarterback from Ohio State at 23 years of age. It's Dwayne Haskins.
And you've got to think that they've got to be feeling pretty fresh. You know, coming off of the open week, didn't have to play, right? Gives them a chance to rest up a little bit, heal some of those aches and pains, and excited about playing again. That really rekindles things a little bit. I want to see how they come out and establish themselves here early.
And that bye week coming right where they want it, in the middle of the schedule. They'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 30.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
First quarter with the score Giants 3, Washington.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Here's Haskins. And this one caught by Delaney Walker. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 7 yards there and a first down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. A carry now for McKissick. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
A gain of 2. brings up 2nd and 8. At the
out of the shotgun, Haskins. And he'll hit his tight end, Walker. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 12 yards there and a first down.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Here's McKissick. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Yes, indeed. That play there, that reminds me of some of the guys that I played with that have that suddenness, able to get into the backfield almost about the time the ball snapped and make a play. How about that tackle for a loss?
Absolutely. He did a lot of that last week when he was named the NFC Defensive Player of the Week. One of the guys on the team was saying, hey, yeah, we called him the disruptor, and that's carrying forward again.
Makes sense, doesn't it?
Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1.
3rd and 1.
They will run it. It's McKissick. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and it'll result in a fresh set of downs.
Well, that was big right there because they're in the bottom 5 in the league and converting on 3rd down. They needed that pickup in a big way.
There were 2 things they said they wanted to win in this game. One, the turnover battle, and the second, 3rd down conversions. So they got one there. That's complete to his tight end, Sprinkle. Able to get 7 on that first down.
I can't get over that name, Sprinkle.
That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
4 yards the pickup, first down.
There's no reason that should have been. That should have been tackled behind the line of scrimmage. It's like people are just, it's like they forgot how to tackle. People are just bouncing off of each other.
2 minutes remain, 3-0 our score. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL.
Oh, if he was there a fraction sooner. He throws the ball away, but that could have been a nice sack in that part of the field.
But getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
The throw over the middle, taken in, and inside the 20 before he's brought down.
Another first. I thought that would have at least got behind the line.
1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Walker with a grab, left side. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9.
Walker.
7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Haskins.
Another throw that they just threw away.
If he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
Well, you know you don't want to make a mistake in that area, so you make sure you make a smart throw. Throw it out towards the sidelines. If you overshoot your guy, so be it. It's just the incompletion that we saw there.
No.
Touchdown, Washington.
Marcus Golden, great.
His 2nd touchdown on the season, and Washington has taken the lead. And this is up and good to make it 7-3. That one was an extended drive, 14 plays all total.
Broken ribs, that's great. Marcus Golden's going to be out for a while.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
All right, so we're down. I kind of have to force the issue here because they get the ball back after half, so let's see what we can do with this drive.
And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23.
1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat. There he goes, right side.
Oh, if only he could have been right there.
Down to the 3.
Complete.
A big play there just before halftime. 74 yards. From the gun, it's Rosen. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Incomplete. Intended for
They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal.
2nd and goal.
Now it's Rosen.
Oh, if that could have got to Shepard, but no, they just sent everybody. I got to Got to try one more before we go for the field goal.
Third and goal. They want to go to the air again with Rosen. And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. Alan Lazard in the final seconds of the first half. And the Giants are going to jump back in front.
Well,
I was
someone
feeling
has a sense of the dramatic here, don't they? Scoring this late in the half to take the lead going into the locker room.
Now they just don't want to misfortune on the next kickoff because there's still a little bit of time left on that clock.
Yeah, you do have to bring that up, don't you? In the NFL, every play is critical. If you give up something cheap there, all that advantage they just gained goes right out the window.
An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
Washington takes over.
I got to say, I was feeling iffy about Alan Lazard. He's dropped a couple balls, but he came up clutch in that play.
You think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
So we've hit halftime. Just a few. Well, who needs a halftime? Am I right? Let's resume play.
Graham Gano set to kick off.
Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And this carries into the end zone. And the half will begin with a touchback.
See if we can get the ball back from him or make him punt the ball.
Set to take over here. We have not seen much on offense from either side. These last few drives, it has been a struggle, hasn't it?
Totally, and you're thinking to yourself right now, if you're on offense trying to get things figured out, okay, we self-scout every week in our game plan. How many things do we do at certain times? What are our tendencies? Time to go to some of those tendency breakers and try and create some offense.
They always have those in their back pocket, don't they?
You have to, and if you don't keep abreast of what you're doing, you lock into a rhythm and make it easy for the opposition.
Looking for tendency breakers right now. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Makes it 3rd and 8.
Third down, here's Haskins. And this is going to be incomplete. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
Call that a 41-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And he'll get 2, maybe 3 up near the 37.
We got the lead. We're going to try and just run it out.
You'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. An extra man in the secondary for Washington on 3rd down. Third from the shotgun, it's Rosen. That's complete to Slayton. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40.
To Darius Slayton.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
Good running from Barkley there on 1st down as he'll get forward for about 6 yards.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play,
Barkley hit and the ball pops free.
Oh, I'm so glad we got that back, but I'm pretty sure the flag is holding on us.
That one whistled against a big right tackle.
You'd think being able to fire out and block it'd be a lot easier to not commit a holding penalty, but it's tough to keep those guys right in front, isn't it?
A 2nd down run with Lewis. Just a yard there, so it brings up a tough 3rd and 12.
Another scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
They'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his 2nd catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him, and what a lot of teams do, they'll double him.
Oh,
you know,
you
use a linebacker
serious?
underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their 3rd corner, who's a bigger guy, and put him on it man-to-man to try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up, give him different angles, different looks, like a good boxer does.
Haskins in the Washington offense going to come up here 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 48. Able to fight through 1 tackle. And he's going to get this past the 50.
Seriously, J.D. McKissic's not that good. Why is it so hard to bring him down?
Grant Haley in on the stop. The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
From the gun, it's Haskins. And he fires one that's
Nope, that's mine.
Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabrill Peppers.
That is mine and all the way.
It's a foot race. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Giants touchdown. Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run,
that is a
good after the quarterback.
Good candidate for the thumbnail on this video.
They're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
Gano for the extra point. It's good to make it 17-7.
Is good.
So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And following the pick 6, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest. This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
And I was nervous when we hit that crossbar on that kick, but that next play really cleared the air here.
They'll run with McKissic. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
Brought down at the 30-yard line.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 15 yards the pickup. 1st down, Washington.
10 at the 45-yard line.
Haskins looking to throw on 1st down. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. 6 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
I don't know what game he's watching, but my guys keep bouncing off that he's talking about the tackling being really good. What was that?
And they're going to have another 1st down.
The ball just bounced from guy to guy until somebody finally grabbed it. That is insane.
On 1st down, it's Haskins.
Yoink.
Trying to force it to his tight end Walker, and it's intercepted. Picked up by James Bradberry. 20. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Giants
So we have
touchdown.
Peppers and Bradberry who both pick 6 in this game.
That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
And that'll make this a 3-score game.
I think my defense outscored my offense in this game so far.
There defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. Fields it in the middle of the end zone, and he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Now we get another look at Washington on offense.
We're up a couple scores. They're just going to blanket the field and try to slow them down and run out this game.
Trailing big here. And he can't get away from the pressure.
Things like that help.
Leonard Williams able to record his 5th sack of the season. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Leonard Williams working on a contract in real life.
So
I'm trying to I'm most likely going to re-sign him in this game.
Another try after the first down sack. Haskins. He was looking for Trey Quinn that time, and it's 3rd down.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Now Haskins, 3rd and long. And that will be incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can
they're going to go for it on their own side of the field.
All right, they're going to
Yikes, that is dangerous.
Here on 4th down, they're going for it. He's going to go up top again.
Oh, that was out of everyone's reach.
Hook up there. It's incomplete. Washington goes for it, but it does not pan out. And the Giants are going to take over
chew clock.
Great field position. Well, at this stage of the game in the second half, down 3 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to push.
And let's face it, with this deficit, if they give up another score here after they didn't get it, does it really matter?
Right.
It really doesn't. They had to go and try and make something happen if they had any chance of winning this game.
New York.
18 yards there, and it'll be a 1st and goal. And now it's Rosen looking. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard
That was a lot of movement just for 1 yard.
Keeps him to only a yard, and it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the 2-yard line.
On the run, it's Penny. And he is in. Touchdown, Giants. Elijah Penny, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Giants are able to grow their lead.
Fullbacks are great for that goal line stance.
Charles, 3 tight ends out on the field. The fullbacks for the defense, they knew what was coming.
They knew, but they weren't able to stop them. They knew they had to meet them with a little bit of force, but on that play, the big guys up front won the day.
Gano now to add the extra point. And the lead is now 24. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run.
Graham Gano set to kick off.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. Here again comes Dwayne Haskins and company. So, Charles, there are the numbers. What's happened here? Defensive adjustments that's caused him to sort of fall off a bit?
I think so. That has to happen. You've got to make some changes because in the first half, they were pretty effective. But the second part is sometimes when you're doing really well, you get off your game a little bit. You get off the gas a little. You're like, okay, we've got this thing. And that's not necessarily the case. Maybe right now, someone just needs to tell a joke in the huddle, loosen things up, and get their big guy going again.
Joke in the huddle. I don't think they're going to overcome this deficit. But I thought I had the Tampa Bay game well in hand.
The ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Incomplete. Intended for J.D. McKissick. Brings up
so after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. To throw again. Haskins. That's going to be caught by Richardson. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 25-yard line.
1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Haskins back to the air. And complete to the tight end Walker, right side.
DeAndre Baker. Oh, the stop.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
At the 18-yard line.
So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Looking to throw again on second down. Haskins. And he's wrapped up. Taken down. Back at the 25. Dexter Lawrence just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. He's going to take a shot for the end zone.
Who is that? That is Logan Ryan. Logan Ryan, interception in the end zone.
So another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now Saquon Barkley. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. He'll get 15 and a Giants first down. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
No gain on the play.
This should be the end of the game, guys.
At the 46-yard line.
3, 2, 1.
So a victory here for the men in blue, the New York Giants. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and, hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the things you practiced all week without major adjustments, just doing them better. And that got it done in this one.
So for the Giants, the win will move them to 7-2 now on the year. And they'll return home next week to take on the Philadelphia Eagles. Meanwhile, for Washington, the struggles intensify as they drop to 2-6 now on the year. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel up to Detroit to take on the Lions. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.
All right, guys, thank you for tuning in this week as we had a defensive blowout against Washington. 3 separate players came up with an INT. 2 of them ran him back for a touchdown. We had what a way to bounce back from last week's debacle against Tampa Bay. I can't even say debacle. It was a close game, 27-24, but it still hurts, you know. But this was definitely one way to smooth that out. Tune in next week for more Hicksydust content or more like next video. I try to do these once a day, if not every other day. But yeah, stay tuned, guys, because more content is on its way. Thank you very much, and have a good one.